Hey y'all, this is T. Today is January 27th, 2018. I'm going to touch base on a few things that stick out to me anyways from the Las Vegas shootings. There's some coverage from CNN that states that there was a shootout between Stephen Paddock and SWAT. The casinos had a special hush-hush number that they called rather than 911, which hindered aid. And just that they have that number is amazing to me. I'm wondering where the missing gun or guns that Stephen Paddock had bought from Jonathan Skipper Speece, who was a bodyguard for Clive and Bundy and works at the Guns and Guitar shop, and how Vegas can possibly hide or claim to have no video footage more than what's been released. That and more, let's take a look at it. These are some transcripts from a program that aired on October 2nd, 2017 from CNN, and it states from Burnett, "It is impossible to comprehend. I know that we also know that they are saying that he killed himself perhaps just before they entered the room, but you're learning more about the incident?" And then Savage says, "Right. It's been back and forth on this one. You know, it was initially reported that perhaps he had taken his own life at the very moment that the SWAT team was making entry on his hotel room in the 32nd floor. Now, they've clarified that point. They say that as SWAT officers broke in the door, that the gunman charged them, made it through the door, struggled with the officers, and was able to get at least one shot, wounding one SWAT officer in the leg, and then the gunman was killed." Burnett: "There was interaction. All right. Martin Savage, thank you very much. And you know, when you think about what happened here, it happened over 10 to 15 minutes, which can seem like an eternity or sound like not much time at all for such horrific carnage. At the end, 59 people as of this moment have died. 527 more are wounded tonight." It appears that Burnett is a CNN anchor, and Martin Savage is a CNN correspondent. So neither of these people in these transcripts are actual authorities. So something went wrong here. Something went way wrong, because this information seems totally off as to what we're hearing about today. This article is from ABC News. It was published October 11th, 2017. Now, in making this video, I hope to preserve facts as they are ever changing in this case. I've watched other videos and read other articles that come out more precisely in stating that the hospitality industry and or casino industry in Las Vegas has a special relationship with the Las Vegas Metro Police Department. They did not call 911. From what I've read and understand, this is my opinion and commentary only. This article is written a little tricky, as are others, in stating whether 911 was called first. It does come out and specifically state that security was called first, and then security decided they say call police. Well, I don't know about any of you, but in an emergency around my house or community, it's call 911. I mean, just period. So it could be the language that was used, but I really don't think so. I'm going to play the clip that's in this article as well after I read a little bit of how it's written. Audio recording sheds new light on Las Vegas shooting. The first reports from hotel employees that there was a shooter in the Mandalay Bay Hotel were not relayed to Las Vegas police until after the gunman had already begun the deadly rampage that killed 58 people across the street, according to a person who has reviewed the records and spoke to ABC News on the condition of confidentiality. Stephen Paddock opened fire on a security guard, Jesus Campos, and a maintenance man, Stephen Shook. Now he's going to be in this video. Down the hallway of the 32nd floor before he turned his attention to the concert goers below. Both men called their supervisors, but neither the police account of the ensuing moments nor publicly transmitted police radio traffic indicate when the hotel security office dialed 911. Now you'll notice they use mixed terminology there. It's either you call the police or you call 911, in my opinion. According to the latest police timeline, and again, this article was published on October 11th, 2017, Campos was shot about 6 minutes before the rampage began. Hotel officials released a statement saying that timeline may not be accurate. Police say the current timeline will be revised again Friday. The new details of the moments before the deadliest mass shooting in American history came as the lawyer for one victim began asking the first uneasy questions as part of what is expected to be a rash of victims' lawsuits focused on the initial response by the hotel. Was 911 called? The whole chain of command seemed to be broken down there, said Mohammed Mo Aziz, a lawyer hired by shooting victim Paige Gasper. For 6 minutes nothing happened, and then this criminal started shooting at innocent people. Hotel officials, however, believe the response by casino staff was swift and saved lives. This link will be below. I'm not going to read the whole article. Let's play the clip.
Turn next here to dramatic new details from the massacre in Las Vegas. An audio recording of a hotel maintenance worker calling for help after arriving on the 32nd floor of that hotel where a security guard had been shot through that hotel door. You can hear the gunfire during that call for help. And here's ABC's chief investigative correspondent, Brian Ross, tonight.
The audio recording
Security's up here.
sheds new light tonight on the moments after Stephen Paddock opened fire down this hallway on a hotel security guard.
Call the police. Someone's firing a gun up here. Someone's firing a rifle on the 32nd floor down the hallway. Copy. Hey, it's on 32.
The man calling for help, a maintenance worker who found himself in that hallway too and radioed to hotel security.
Security wants to know if you know a room.
It's at the end of the hallway. I can't tell you what room. He looked like he fired down the hallway when I got close to the door.
The maintenance worker, Stephen Shuck, says he wanted to make sure that help was on its way.
Remain calm and, call it over the radio so we can get police on their way as soon as possible.
According to the revised police timeline, it was about 6 minutes later the shooter began to fire on the concert crowd. And tonight, a person who has reviewed the records tells ABC News hotel security did not call the police until after the rampage was already underway. Police say officers did not reach the 32nd floor until after the shooting had stopped.
And Brian Ross back with us tonight. Brian, for people at home watching this, it's been confusing even for us. The timeline has changed from day to day.
Right.
Initially, they had said the security guard got there after the massacre, might have stopped the massacre. Then there was word from authorities that he got there before the massacre even began. And now MGM, the owner of the hotel group, saying that they don't necessarily buy this new timeline either.
That's right, David. In a statement, the hotel says the most recent timeline from police may not be accurate. We know the hotel's now working with authorities to straighten it all out, and police tell us to expect a new version of the timeline on Friday, David.
On Friday. Brian Ross and your team, thanks again tonight.
This article is from dailymail.com. Exclusive, The Missing Gun. Stephen Paddock bought a high-powered Ruger rifle just hours before arriving in Las Vegas, but the $600 weapon was not found among his 23-weapon arsenal of death. This is all I found on this, and again, this weapon was purchased at Guns and Guitars from Jonathan Skipper Speece, who was a bodyguard for Cliven Bundy. at the Bundy Ranch.
I'm your